gain from all his labor and his toil here under the sun. The sun rises and the sun goes down. The wind blows south and the wind blows north. Round and round it goes and returns full circle. For everything in season, in every activity under heaven, it's time. A time to be born, a time to die. A time to plant, a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to pull down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time for mourning and a time for dancing. A time for silence and a time for speech.
In the explosion.
You know how hard it was for me, being all those poor kids out of that rubble?
You have to forget the bad things, Harry. You have to enjoy the present and let go of the past.
Welcome to the 50th anniversary of those touched by the terrible disaster on this site. For those who are interested in preserving the historical record, we have a trained interviewer who will be available in room 24 to take your memories.
We're gathered here today to commemorate those who lost their lives on this date 50 years ago, March 18, 1937. We are here to remember our own place and time and to encourage those who will come after us. Memorials are more important to the living than the dead because they keep us in touch with the past and point us toward the future.
My name is John Black, but most folks around here call me Freedom. I've lived in East Texas all my life. I'm a Baptist to the core, but I believe in the brotherhood of man. When the people of this community woke up on March 18, 1937, they had no idea of what lay ahead.
There you have it, folks. Listen to Mockingbird, coming to you at 6:45 a.m. Thursday, March 18th, 1937. And now, here's another tune.
Harry, your breakfast is almost ready.
I know, I can smell the bacon. Got any biscuits? Gotta change charge on all those wells today.
I don't know hardly anyone here.
Oh, sure you do. You got all those friends over at the church? And your room mother for the first grade. It's a good place to live. I work for the best outfit in Oil Patch. I know people who give their right arm to work for the company. They pay me well. I say we got it pretty good here.
I have to get Gary up for school. The baby's still got a cold and the breakfast is still going, so I'll have to miss the PTA meeting. Gary's gonna go over to Jimmy's after school to play. Gary, get out! The school bus will be here soon.
I hope it don't rain. Promise those Willet boys I'd play catch after school this afternoon. Remind me to put my ball glove in the truck.
When old Dad Joyner brought in this field back in 1937, he set off a real boom. East Texas turned out to be the largest oil field in the world. Yes, sir, it was something to behold. Children could hardly wait to get to school that morning. Some of them walked if they lived nearby, but most of them rode the school buses. Those buses coming down the lane were a welcome sight to the people of this district. Yes, sir, old Dad Joyner brought a lot of change to East Texas.
Boy, I hope that teacher has a little mercy on me today. I didn't even finish my homework, to be honest with you. That stuff is hard. Did you get your problems done, John?
Yeah, I finished up about 10 o'clock. Geometry really fascinates me. Besides, I want to be an engineer, and you've got to learn those things. They'll never let me in Texas A&M if I don't know my math.
Say, John, maybe me and you can be roommates up there at A&M when we graduate. You can help me with my math.
I'm going to Baylor to be a preacher. Mom always said she wanted one of her boys to be a preacher.
Oh, shut up, George. We'll probably never make it out of 7th grade.
You shouldn't say stuff like that. What if I got hurt or something?
Come on over to the house when we get home this afternoon. Mr. Jones is going to come by and say,
Bus coming, bus coming. Let me know first.
schedule today?
Just school. We're doing Dick and Jane and reading service. I'm telling you, teaching those first graders to read is a real challenge. It is fun to see their little eyes light up when they sound out those new words. Oh, we have that PTA meeting this afternoon. I think they're moving it to the gym instead of the auditorium. We need more room. My group is doing a Mexican hat dance. I should be home in time to fix supper, but we'll miss you. Wish you didn't have to be gone tonight.
Well, I want to get down there and check on the home place. But I hope to make it back to the track meet tomorrow afternoon. Buford said he'd cover my 6th period class, so I get an early start.
Homie, it's time to go. Be careful. I had a dream about you last night, John. It was scary. The storm came out and the wind blew hard. I kept trying to find you, but the trees were blown out and I couldn't get through them. I felt so helpless.
I don't know. Dreams never made much sense to me. Maybe it's gonna rain. I have a hard enough time with my geometry. I was still working problems at 10 o'clock last night.
Oh, you're always worried about school. Do you think we can meet at the movies tomorrow night? They're having a double feature at the Strand. I'll get my mother to run me over there from the county meet in Henderson.
I don't know. I'll probably be working on my geometry. I'll try to get there. Do you think maybe we're seeing too much of each other, Mary? I've got to keep up my schoolwork so that I can get to college.
Well, if you like your geometry more than you like me, I can find someone else. It's time for class. Mr. Smith will kill me if I'm late again. See you at lunch.
See you at lunch.
We've got a busy day ahead of us, Miss Ball. First, remind me to meet Mr. Rod over at the cafeteria for monthly board business. Then the PTA meeting this afternoon. You know we moved it out to the gymnasium, right? I'm telling you, this has been one hard year. Getting that new gas system installed was a big job. A lot simpler than we heated with wood. Retirement looks better every day, Miss Ball.
Oh, I've got to talk to him for a minute. And besides, I won't get to see him until tomorrow night. You think you're busy? I've got to get this prom dress finished so I can get a grade in sewing lab in 6 weeks. I'm off to sewing lab. See you later. Later.
Alexander Pope's An Essay on Man says hope springs eternal in the human breast. Back when I was a schoolboy in this very community, we used to learn a lot of poetry. Into each life, some rain must fall. Longfellow, The Rainy Day. Sadly, a storm was about to descend on New London, Texas. I want to warn you, what happens next is not for the weak of spirit. In fact, it's downright disheartening, because all those hopes and plans we just heard about were dashed in the moment of a twinkling of the eye, as the scripture says. The school blew up a little after 3 o'clock, just before the school day ended. It came with a mighty roar. Several teachers. It would have been a lot worse if the PTA meeting hadn't been moved to the gym behind the school. Relief workers showed up immediately. Most of them were oil-filled tanks. They cleared that scene over the next 18 hours or so using their oil-filled equipment. They strung up lights and worked all night. Some of them even found their own children underneath all that wreckage. They set up a bucket brigade, used peach baskets to remove the rubble. I hope I never live to see another scene like that.
Over here, I found something.
Watch out, grab that beam!
Oh my, this is terrible.
Here, keep it moving.
I don't know if I can go on. Getting sick in my stomach.
Take a deep breath. We gotta keep the line moving.
I'll be okay. I gotta take a break though.
Here, someone give me a hand!
stomach most of the time.
Could have found one son.
But you didn't. He's okay. I brought you some sandwiches.
Thanks, but I can't eat anything right now. You better go. I think they're trying to clear this area out. Look at the boys for me. It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna rain.
Major Page. I'm John Adams. I just got from Austin. The governor flew me in to help the investigation. I had no idea it was this bad.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Doctor. As you know, the governor's office is very much involved in this situation. In fact, we've just been notified that the governor has declared martial law so we can get a better hold on things here. There's too much confusion with all these people walking around. The governor's going to want some kind of inquiry. That's where you come in. We're fortunate to have someone of your experience.
Thank you, Major. Petroleum is a wonderful thing, but you've got to be careful with it. I've been trying to educate people about gas for the past 25 years. I got to do some field work in the morning, ground samples and that sort of thing. At the rate they're going, we should be able to find what we need. This is terrible.
It was like a nightmare. I was in study hall waiting for the last bell to ring. I had my books in my arms ready to go, and everything shook. There was a large piece of concrete that smashed the table I was sitting. There was a boy calling out for me to jump out the window with him. But when I looked at and saw the destruction, I just couldn't do it. I made my way to the stairwell, scrunched under all the wreckage and made my way out. I looked for John, but I couldn't find him.
Have you seen my boy? I can't find my son. Everything just went dark. It seems like I heard a lot of noise. All those children. Gone. You found my boy? Oh Lord, why didn't you take me?
I hadn't been out of the building 15 minutes when it blew up. My plans were to visit my folks down the next county. Since school was out the next day, I thought I'd get an early start. So I got my friend Buford to cover my last period class. He was a good friend. I lived about 50 yards from the back of the building. I'd just gone inside to get my bags when I heard a loud noise. I ran outside. A huge cloud of dust covered the whole campus. Debris was still falling. I finally made my way around to where my room had been, but it was buried under tons of rubble. No one survived in that room.
I don't know how I got out. About 20 of us girls were in the sewing lab. There was a loud noise and then everything went black. When I came to, I was standing in a crowd on the football field behind the school. I had my dress in my arm. I wasn't injured except for a few cuts on my face. I must have looked like a ghost because I was covered in powdery dust from all the mortar and dirt in the air.
Jesus said, "Suffer little children, and forbid them not to come unto me." We gather here today to mourn the death of such a child, George Willett. He was only 13 years old. Little did he know what lay before him the day before yesterday. He went off to school, a happy 7th grade, with the hope of a lifetime before him. Now he has gone to be with the Lord. The words I say today will have no effect upon George. This community needs to know that God cares in this time of tribulation. As the psalmist said, "The Lord looketh from heaven upon all the inhabitants of the earth." Today, the world cries for our community, as we mourn the loss of these precious children. We do not understand why such tragedies happen, but we should know that God knows and cares in this time. God promised if we cast our burdens on him, he will sustain us. God wipes away all tears. There's no death, no pain, no fears. And we count time, not by years, for there is no night there. We await the day. Lord, help us to believe.
Harry, you have to eat something.
Can't eat anything. Can't get out of my mind, all those kids. That boy we dug out, he was so scared and shaking. He wasn't hurt. When we got all the stuff off of him, he got up and ran away. One of the fellas had to go chase him down. I saw a man uncover his own son's body. Father just sat there and cried, holding the little boy in his arms. Finally, the funeral people came and took the body away. But the father just sat there and cried. Couldn't stand it.
This thing that happened is terrible. But what's done is done. Be brave, Harry.
I saw the school blow up, Daddy. I saw it out the bus window.
I know you did, son. Glad you're on the bus. Your mother was worried.
Why did the school blow up?
I don't know, it's just an accident.
Will we have school again?
Sure you will, once all this is past. Hurry up now. Your mother's waiting.
Will you be home tonight, Daddy?
I will, son. Don't worry.
My name is Josh Slater. I was working in a roustabout gang out on lease not far from the school. It was almost quitting time when we heard this loud boom and the ground just seemed to shake. A few minutes later, a guy drove up and said the new London school just blew up. He said it was terrible. We loaded up our tools and went straight up there. It was mass confusion. All the companies sent their crews. We looked at debris and we helped get bodies out. I had a new pair of work boots. They were completely shredded by the next morning. I saw a lot of bad things, but you just had to keep going. I saw some terrible things during World War II, but nothing as bad as this.
I went to a lot of funerals after the explosion. It was a terrible time. Unreal. It took me a while to work through all of that. Several of us went to Kilgore College the next year, and it was hard to sit through classes. Sometimes, you just had to go outside and gather yourself. The teachers understood, though, because they knew what what we've gone through. For a long time, I couldn't even sit through a dark movie. In fact, it took me 25 years before I could talk much about the explosion. I didn't even tell my own children. I didn't want to scare them. We did visit some of our classmates in the hospital, and we even had our prom that spring. I wore the dress that I was working on when the school blew up. I was at the gym, the PTA meeting when the school blew up. My group was doing a Mexican hat dance. Suddenly there was a loud noise, and it got really dark. After I got my kids back to the elementary building, I made my way over to our house. We lived just behind the school. My husband had only been out of the building a few minutes when it exploded. He felt guilty because he'd asked his friend Buford to cover his afternoon class. He couldn't understand why he was saved, and Buford was killed. I guess a lot of people had that same question.
Evening, Harry. How's your family?
We're fine, preacher. At least we're alive. Been real busy with all this explosion stuff. Preacher, I gotta ask you something.
What is it?
You know what you said at the little boy's funeral? About having faith? Well, I find it mighty hard to have faith in God, but let all this happen. I want to believe, but this is tearing me to pieces.
It's a real problem. We all have our doubts. That's normal. But I know what the scripture says. Faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Keep hoping, Mary.
Do you think I'll ever understand?
Someday you will. You just gotta keep trying.
I was a 22-year-old reporter, fresh out of journalism school at the University of Texas. I tell you, it wasn't awful, see? I lived in Nacogdoches and caught a ride up there with an embalmer. We stopped at a funeral home in Henderson, where there was just a sea of parents waiting to go in and identify their children. We went right into the preparation room. When I saw all those bodies, it just made me sick. Caught another ride over to the explosion site. Got there about 8:30 in the evening. It was like a movie set. They had lights and heavy equipment. I saw men picking at the rubble with their hands. Rode home in an ambulance. They had the body of a teacher from Nacogdoches. When I got to the explosive site the next morning, I happened to run into Dr. Abbott, a chemistry professor I know at the University of Texas. He was there as the expert investigator for the Board of Inquiry.
I was holding a seminar with my graduate chemistry students when the governor's message arrived. He asked me to assist an investigation at New London. My preliminary inspections indicated that natural gas was involved, but I must confess, I first thought it was due to gas that escaped from the hollow tiles of the building's wall. That was incorrect, and we later learned that a massive amount of gas had gathered in the foundation.
Board of Inquiry is convened to discover as best we can the cause of this disaster. Member, please begin your question.
Sir, I believe you're one of the architects on the building. Please, tell us about the heating system.
The original plans called for a steam system with a remote boiler. That meant no gas lines under the foundation. The board later changed to a gas steam system with individual gas bed radiators. We opposed such changes because of the potential danger, but were unable to prevail.
The school district later discontinued commercial gas service and tapped into a waste gas line. Did you, sir, as superintendent for the district, have any role in that decision?
Yes, I was partly responsible for the order to change the gas supply. We thought it was safe because others in the community were already using it. It was going to waste. We used staff janitors and the bus drivers that hooked it up.
Tell me, sir, as a member of the Board of Trustees, did you have any reservation about this?
We had no knowledge that the use of waste gas would be so dangerous. In fact, others were using it successfully, including several churches, led us to believe it was safe. We did know, however, we could save some money.
I would like to thank the witnesses for appearing before this board. Our report will be forthcoming. This meeting is now adjourned.
The board found that the probable cause of the explosion was due to gas that escaped under the foundation. This disaster was largely due to the absence of odorizing elements and ignorance of natural gas, plus other factors including proper installation and maintenance. We must learn from this horrible experience.
Yeah, I heard about that pipe. In fact, I even jumped on it. But I don't think that's what caused the explosion. If it had, it would have come up in the investigation. The legislature and the Federal Bureau of Mines concurred with the Inquiry Board's findings. We'll never know what really caused it. What did I do later? Well, after I got out of the hospital, I started living again. Graduated from high school the next year and went to work for the oil field. I thought about going to college, but after my friend John died, those dreams kind of went away. I eventually got married and had a family, and worked for the company until I retired. That's when the best part of my life began. I bought a ranch in West Texas and grew sheep. Those sheep don't talk back. Nah, I don't think much about the explosion. Sure, I miss my brother growing up, but you've got to keep going.
Man, I've ever been so tired in my life. I know it's only been a couple of days since all this started, but I feel like I've been up for 2 weeks.
I know what you mean. When we got through there at the site, when was it? Friday morning? I tried to get a little rest, but I couldn't sleep. Every time I dozed off, I woke up. Kept thinking about all them kids. I was out working at funerals all day yesterday. Guess that's where I'll be today.
I don't even work here. I got drafted over at Gladewater. The boss sent a bunch of us over. I served as a pallbearer yesterday. There weren't enough persons to go around, so a bunch of us guys went to you or pickups to all the coffins. I'm telling you, I hope I never see anything like that again.
Well, one thing you can say about this is put East Texas on the map. I hear there's reporters here from as far away as New York City. Some donuts over here, Harry. Here comes the boss.
Appreciate all you men coming in today. It's been a rough time for all of us, but we've still got things to do. I need you two men to head out to the cemetery. The rest of y'all can help out at the funeral. Jones, I need you to do some more driving. There's a guy out there by the gate right now, waiting for you. I need you to drive him out to the shepherd lease and then report back to me. You'll all get time off when this is over.
After things settled down a bit, the community began to function again. School took up less than 2 weeks later. They had to scramble to find temporary rooms of what remained grades 5 through 11, but they finished out the term as best they could. Children are adaptable. They have to be, and they often see things in a different light. I guess it's what the psalmist meant when he said, "Out of the mouth of babes."
Children, this is a hard time for our community. I know some of you lost brothers and sisters, and even some were injured in the explosion. This is a hard time, but school must go on. We'll be here in this temporary room until the term ends. We have to try to cooperate to get through this hard time. Perhaps some of you would like to share what happened.
I lost my sister. She was 15 years old. I really missed her. Sometimes I go into her room and look at her bed and her things, but she's not there. Preacher says she's better off, but I'm not sure I understand that. I might someday, but I wish I had my sister back.
My daddy had to work out there. He was out there all night, digging out all those kids. When he got home for lunch the next day, he couldn't eat. He couldn't sleep neither. It's been more than a week since the explosion. He still can't eat or sleep. I don't know what we're going to do.
My friends are, I can't talk, ma'am.
I don't want to talk. I just want to forget all of this. I don't know if I'll ever be able to talk. It's like a bad dream. You don't want to remember it, do you?
still got your ball glove?
Yeah, it's around here somewhere.
Remember that morning? We were waiting on the bus. Your brother comes in and came back after school, but you never got around to it.
Yeah, I remember. But then it all just went so dark.
No, it's not so bad here. My parents came by the other day. They look a lot older.
Everyone gets older. The world gets older. But I'm stuck at age 13. My brother was right. I never made it out of the 7th grade.
It's not so bad here. You could have become a Baptist preacher and not had any fun. At least we don't have to worry about homework anymore. Or girlfriends. Wonder whatever happened to Mary. She quit coming seeing me like she used to.
But you're dead. You don't expect her to love a ghost, do you?
See, Harry, I told you that wasn't so bad. Why don't you mingle around for a little bit? Maybe you'll meet someone you know. I'll meet you in the cafeteria.
Harry Jones? Is that you? It's been 40 years since I've seen you. You still playing baseball?
Henry Willett. I didn't expect to see you here. I heard you moved out somewhere out west.
Well, I came back. Can't stay away forever. I never thought I'd be not 50 yards away from where I almost died. Time changes things, don't it?
Sure does. Spent one of those miserable nights right out there. Remember when I visited you at the hospital?
How could I forget? You told me to keep going, that there was a reason why I survived. Well, I'm still hanging on. How's your boy?
Which one?
That one that had polio.
How'd you know about that?
I was working down there not far from Houston. I heard about your boy, and when they said he needed blood, me and some of the boys at the plant went and donated. I didn't get to see you. I was transferred to West Texas soon after that. I kind of lost touch. I knew that boy survived. He had a pound of my blood, and I'm a survivor. He told me I'd understand why one day.
He's fine, Henry. Now I understand.
From Ecclesiastes, for who can know what is good for man in this life? Who can tell? What is to happen next under the sun? What happened to this community is beyond our understanding. Children dying before their time. A community knocked to its knees. As the good book says, what good can come from this? But we live in a world we did not make, and it is sure we will not make it out alive. As the scripture says, it is appointed unto men once to die. The psalmist said we pass like fading shadows. But where do shadows go? Now, I'm no great theologian, but I am a man of faith. And as sure as I am standing here, I believe those shadows come back in a better place.